She can hear the music. I can't hear it. That's okay. I'll dance anyway.
Hello. Wait, I gotta put us back. Oh wait, I gotta put us back. Here we are. Hello.
It's been so long, everybody.
I know. I don't even know how to do this anymore.
No.
The Geeklies are here. Surprise! It's like a little surprise segment, right? A little surprise segment because we're not officially back, all of us, until Tuesday. But who do we have here? Who do we have? Let's introduce ourselves for those who don't know.
Well, you go first.
I don't like
yeah, you're
first. Fine. I'm Beyonce. Amanda here. And when y'all introducing yourself, I'm going to go on our little Facebook page here and share the video. So y'all, look, if y'all are watching too, y'all better go do that as well. Go share the video. And next up.
Hi, everyone. It's Sarah here with sarahscoop.com.
And I am Tessa with mamasgeeky.com. And I'm so excited to be sort of back with you guys. Half back. We're half back.
Half back.
I love time off, but I kind of like being in routine.
I know. It's hard to get back into it, right? Like, my kids went back to school yesterday, and I was like, I have so much work to do, and it was, like, impossible to get it done because I felt like I didn't know what to do anymore. I was like, I had a whole list, and I was like, man, I can't figure this back out. But give me a few days, and I will.
Tessa, were you stressing? Don't even tell me that you were stressing.
What do you think?
Don't even tell me that you were stressing.
Wait.
I had a list, and I was like, I have all these...
for me, or was that just mine?
You've been freezing all along, Sarah. I think Are you on the bad internets? Are you on the bad internet? Look! I see though your mama.
Yeah. I didn't even tell her we were going live. So
She watches, Sarah.
She's got her notifications on.
Tara is one of our number one fans, right? Number one fans. And, well, does she watch The Bachelor? Do you watch, Tara? Do you watch The Bachelor? Because that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah. Hey, did your daughter get you a lovely mug for Christmas? I wish she should have.
I didn't. I should have.
Sarah!
She's more of a fan of Bachelor in Paradise, by the way.
Oh.
What is
I like so then she knows a lot about it.
Is that when they go on the island and get voted off on the Bachelor in Paradise?
I mean, they sort of they don't really get voted off so much as, like, they pair up, right? Like, the girls or the guys, whoever's night it is, they'll pick the guy or girl they want to give the rose to, and if you didn't get a rose, you're out.
Yeah, see, that's too confusing, because they got too many girls, and y'all know how I am with names already. I can't even keep track of y'all's names sometimes, right? So
it gets crazy because they all start hooking up with each other. And then, like, a new person comes and someone will be like, one day be like, oh, I love you. Yeah. I really want to commit with you, blah, blah, blah. And someone else shows up and they're like, oh, no, I want this person. Sorry, see ya.
Okay, so, but this season, this is just The Bachelor. This ain't no Bachelor in Paradise. They're just back in that dusty old house. It's still paradise. I'm just saying, it's still paradise. They can't be just saying, I don't know what the difference is, Bachelor and Paradise in this place, because I go to both.
Yeah.
They can have me.
Quick question for you, Amanda. That made me think of something when you said dusty old house. I mean, it's obviously a mansion, but it was in Conejo Valley, and that's where they had the fire. So did they have to change? I'm curious.
No, it's the same place. It's the same place unless they, like, duplicated that whole place. Because, I mean, I haven't watched The Bachelor in many, many seasons. I watched it when it first came out, but it was the same looking place, so I don't know.
It is. But I wonder if they were filming when it happened, too.
Yeah, so I wonder if that was filmed before that fire. Because when did that fire happen? That happened
in October, because I was in that area 2 weeks before it happened.
Yeah.
And I went to Paramount Ranch, and Paramount Ranch completely got destroyed by the fires. And there was rumors that it hit the Bachelor Mansion, but I wasn't sure if it did.
Now I feel bad. I didn't even mean to call it a dusty old place, and now they're talking about the fires. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that, Bachelor.
They might have already been, you know how, like, sometimes they travel overseas and stuff? Yeah. They might have even already been gone, or who knows.
I don't know. I was curious. We'll have to look into that. That can be something we share.
Yeah. Later.
Come back and watch it. We'll have the answer.
Yes.
So me and Tessa watched the screener of the first episode, which it didn't give it all of it. It didn't give all.
They didn't give us the rose ceremony.
You don't see the rose ceremony. You see who gets the
first impression rose.
Yeah, you do. We know that, and I was shocked. But wait, well, let's not get to that. But
I have to watch it.
But you looked up the girls, and you know the guy. You know about the guy, right, Sarah?
Oh, we don't.
And I don't know. Colton is just so young to me. Like, I like watching The Bachelor because I like them to actually get married, and like, I don't know, the whole idea of the show. And I feel like Colton is just so young, and like, I don't know.
Well, what is he?
24? Yeah, well, I will tell you.
What do you guys?
I was not a fan of his at all. I didn't like how he treated Tia either, and like it was all weird, and like, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan of it. But
I mean, it was just always.
Oh, you're cutting out, Sarah. Did you hear her, Amanda?
She's on the bad internets. She's on the bad internet, Sarah. Sarah, you're on the bad internets.
2019 goals: improve your internet. No.
I don't know. Sometimes it works.
I know, now you're fine. But no, so I didn't like, and I will say after watching this, I don't like him yet, but I don't hate him as much, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like he has some good points. Mm-hmm. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like he's not just going and making out with everyone the first night. I mean, he's kissing some girls, but some people make out with everyone. So
I didn't know, I didn't watch any of the seasons, or was he in last season, The Bachelorette?
He was on the last Bachelorette. He got towards the end. Okay. His big thing was he's a virgin, blah, blah, blah. And they were talking about the fantasy suites, and he was saying he was going to lose his virginity if he got to the fantasy suite, which she ditched him right before the fantasy suite. But
she was like, listen, don't put that on me. She's like, don't put that evil on me.
I can't remember that happening. Like him saying that, but I mean,
well, he just said it here. So I don't think he ever really said it, but he said it in this episode. He said he was prepared to lose his virginity to Beck.
Well, I didn't know much about him.
He was dating this other girl.
What?
Tia, who was on the season before, right?
So this is after his
Ari's season, Sarah?
Yeah, so I read about that, and they had gone out like once or twice before, and so I feel like sometimes the show takes something and makes it
right. But then Becca was friends with Tia, and she said she was uncomfortable continuing a relationship with Colton because her friend is Tia, and Tia and Colton had a thing, and
right. But I think Becca was over him.
I do too, but then it was weird because Tia goes to Bachelor in Paradise. That's what made me upset, was how he treated her there.
All right, y'all losing me now. Tia and this and going to different houses. Y'all lost me.
Oh,
so this is behind the scenes.
Did you talk about that? It says she looked it up and the damage was not done to the Bachelor mansion.
No damage was done. Good to know. No damage. So I can go back to calling it a dusty old house then, right? The house next door, she said the house next door was burned to the ground though. So it just missed it. But how close is that house next door?
I know, probably not.
Like that looks like it's secluded. It's probably got like big gates around it. Like you ain't getting into that bachelor house. You ain't gonna just go and walk up to that, right? You ain't gonna, or I would, lots of women would be like, I want to be on The Bachelor. I'm just saying, it's going to be fun. But I didn't know any of this behind the scenes stuff that y'all know with him dating Tia. I didn't even know who he is. I never heard of this guy ever until I watched this screener today.
Well, he committed to her on Bachelor in Paradise and then ditched her at the end. Was like, no, I want to leave. So that's why I didn't like what he did to her. That's what I didn't like.
I don't know. If you get the chance to be the Bachelor, like, you're going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
So, like, I can't really blame the guy. And I don't know. It's not that I don't like him. I just think that, like, I don't know that he was really ready for, like, being the Bachelor. But
so
I guess
I was going to say, you were talking about how he's young, Sarah, and he's, like, only, like, what, 24?
Yeah. And
but he done did things, Sarah. Like, he's, like, not just your regular old 24. Like, he's been in the NFL. Right? I was like, oh,
Did you see how much he cried and stuff on Paradise? Like,
I didn't see all that.
It's going to be hard for him. I think it's going to be hard for him.
And I know that's like, they like the drama. I get it. Like, that's the fun part of the show. Like, everyone's crying and stuff. But, like, I guess I just like it whenever they actually end up together. Like, hopefully they do.
Me too. I'm the same way. I like when they end up committed. So, I don't know. But he does talk a lot about, Amanda can vouch for it because she saw it. He talks a lot about how people have said he's too young, but he doesn't think he is, and he feels he's ready. So he kind of addressed.
Well, I'm gonna tell you my first impression, because first they had him on and he wasn't talking. Right? They did a whole scene. He's taking a shower, and you know how I am with the shower scenes. Like, you know how I did the shower scenes. I was like, ooh, I like Colton. Look at him. I like him. And then he starts talking. I was like, oh. Like, when he starts talking, I didn't think. Like, he just has that voice like he didn't sound very smart. And then there was like, as a football player. And he was in the NFL. Like, he was a for real football player for, I guess, a minute. Because he's not anymore, right? He's not. But he played for the Chargers, I think it was. And so then I was like, well, maybe he has a little brain damage. Because all those football players have a little brain damage. And then he starts like, why you like? That's true. It's true. They get knocked around. They got soft brains. And then, he starts like meeting the girls, and I thought he was nice meeting the girls.
Yeah,
right? I was like, and he was talking about his past. Like, he was like, I was a chunky little boy and this and that. So he wasn't growing up. He wasn't those kind of used to attention. He wasn't always the pretty boy is what I'm saying. So I think he's going to have a good heart. But I don't know. I can't make my judgment yet if I like him or not. I didn't watch all this in Paradise stuff with Tia's and all that. I don't know the past.
I completely agree with you. I think he's a good person. He's a sweetheart and all of that. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't think with the other people that are in the franchise, there were other people that are just like, like they brought Ari back like 10 years later or whatever. Like, I feel like Colton could have been brought back later when he's like...
Oh, you're saying it's too soon.
No, but they just want, you know what they want? They want to be able to say he's the first virgin bachelor, and they're afraid he's going to lose it too soon. They better get him in there while he's still a virgin.
They were like, all the girls are after him. He was up in the Paradise house. I get it.
About a virgin, though. Like, that's all the promos, like everything.
Yeah, I know. The thing it said, and I was just telling Amanda this today, his poster, it says, what does he have to lose? And it's like come on. Okay. And I'll tell you, Sarah, wait till you see how many of these girls mention his virginity when they go up to meet him. Like half of them.
Yeah, I was just going to say this, Tessa.
Like the one that says your V card in the previous.
Can we talk about, like, we watched the screeners, but it don't come out yet till what? Like Monday? When does it come out? Monday?
Monday.
Can we talk
about
anything?
About it. We just can't, like...
They were all talking about the girls, right? The girls are all talking about the losing of virginity. Then they had this one girl come up. She had a balloon that was a cherry, and she popped it. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't just pop that cherry in front of him. I was like, that ain't right. That ain't right.
That was so funny. And then one girl does a magic thing, and she's like, pick a card, and then she takes it from him, and she goes, it looks like I took your V card. I'm like,
I don't remember.
All right, so you guys, after seeing the screener, what do you guys think of the girl?
Oh, that boy, he never did it yet. He's got the version. They're gonna tear him up. They're gonna tear him up. Don't
I will tell you, there's one girl who's never even kissed anybody, and she's like, maybe Colton will be my first kiss, and then there's a content creator who I really like, Hannah.
They lying. You don't think they lying? They never been kissed.
Well, you know what I thought? I felt like the lion was how many of these girls are like, oh, I'm so excited it's Colton, and I'm like, no, you're not. Don't lie. There's no way you're excited that it's Colton.
I don't understand. I thought the idea of the show is taking, like, good-looking, but, like, ordinary people. And how come half of the contestants are an old Miss something or other?
I know. They got a Miss Carolina, Miss Alabama, and they knew each other. They spotted each other.
Miss Universe beat her, remember?
They spotted each other, too. She was like, oh.
Yeah, like, I don't understand. Is this, like, all old pageant contestants? Like, I want some people that are, like, haven't been on a stage their whole life. Like, they're just being like...
Well, there's a good amount that, like I said, one girl's a content creator. So, of course, I'm like, oh, she's awesome, because that's what we are, But there was the sloth girl, though. She's annoying. Oh.
They had this girl come out the car in a sloth costume, and she was all, what? Hi, Colton. And I was like, oh no, I don't got time for all this. They only got a little bit of time with him, and she's gonna be slothing it like that. She don't have time for that.
Oh my God,
she's just gonna get
so
her name
annoying.
out. And then that crazy girl's gonna come that interrupted him 4 times. She's gonna interrupt
Sarah, she gave him her dog. Like, she said, here's my dog to take care of while I'm here.
You knew that girl was crazy.
Legit.
They got the crazy one right when she walked up. She had her dog, and everybody's like, why does she get to bring her dog? I want to bring my dog. Then she gave him, she's like, you take care of my dog. And then Chris was the one out there taking care of the dog the whole time. I was like, out there walking the dog and everything. And then, so already you know that girl's crazy. And then she's going to go interrupt this,
every single person.
Like 4 times. And then one girl had to have a talk with her. After the third time.
And then she still interrupted after that.
After the third time, the one girl was like, let's go have a talk. And she's like, she's like, I feel like the talk ended well and blah, blah. Right after they ended that talk, she went and interrupted him again. And he was like, 4th time's a charm. I was like, oh Lord.
I think he was getting pissed.
Well, I'm glad that he's got some humor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and he really, the one girl, I think it was Hannah actually, was super nervous, and he's like, take my hands, this is what my mom and I do when we're nervous, which I was like, your mom and you, but he's like, take 3 deep breaths, but like, he was being nice.
He was like, take 3 breaths. And she's like, I do feel my heart rate going down. You're the best, Colton. And I was like, they faking it.
I know.
Sarah.
I mean, you gotta say what you gotta say to get that airtime, right?
Right. I mean, yes, that's exactly
Lisa.
it. Amanda, you would be the girl that says, excuse me, I'm interrupting you.
That would be Amanda.
That would be me. I would be the girl that gets mad at that girl. I would be the girl that gets mad at that girl. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna give everybody a chance. But when that girl goes and interrupts her 4 times, I'll be the one yelling. I'll be like, you done had 4 times, girl. No, some of these girls didn't get any. That would be me.
That's true. I give you.
Oh, yeah. Lisa asked, how do we know already? Lisa asked, how do we know already? What did you say?
I said then you'd flip the table.
Totally. I'm going to go. That's my goal one day, to go on a show and flip a table. Any show. Like, I'll be on.
Can we just do that on the Geekly Show for you?
Well, I don't want to flip my own, because then I got to clean it up. I don't want to flip a table I got to clean up. But Lisa did ask how we know already. And because we're media, we get screeners. So we don't know who got roses. Like, they ended it. We got to meet the girls, like to watch the little screeners to meet the girls. But we don't know we don't have any spoilers for you. Well, we know who got the first impression rose. But I ain't going to tell you. Let's not tell
impression rose. And we know a few girls. He kissed a few girls. There was a few.
Virgin. Right out there, first time he was throwing those kisses out. I was like, I was like, I don't know if I'm totally convinced, like, he is what he says he is. I don't know.
Well, that's what one girl was like, I don't believe it.
She remember? Said that? I don't remember that.
Well, I think she was like, how is he a virgin? And then she asked him. She goes, I'm going to ask him. And she's like, how are you a virgin? I'm like, oh, God.
And then he was a football player, and they go on the roads. And they have, it probably gets crazy on the road. I still don't believe it. I don't know. Have you done your research, ABC? Have y'all done your research?
You tell me you don't think someone would come out and just say, like, if I had slept with him, I would be, are you kidding me? Money. You're going to sell your story to everybody.
You would be like, I slept with Colton.
Yeah, you would.
He's got a birthmark right there. I don't know.
But for real, right? So I bet he probably is. I mean, I don't know.
I think he probably is too. I think he's
okay. Maybe
nice guy that got in. What?
I said, can we get into like details? Like maybe he's like officially a virgin, but he probably did other stuff.
Oh my God.
Don't you think he did other stuff?
And this is a family-friendly show.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
I bet
Tanya's
he did
gonna
other stuff.
have a heart attack. Good
Who's
thing
with
she's
me?
not.
I bet Lisa agrees.
I watched some other people talking about the show, and they were commenting, like, you know, we say Colton's young. So on Ari's season, there was a lot of people, like, in their 30s. On this season, everyone is, like, young. Like, why are these girls not in college?
Because they're doing what is it, the pageants, and they're a sloth, and they they don't have any jobs that are like of substance. I don't mean that in a bad way.
They were quick to quit their jobs to go on the show too, right?
One girl quit her job. Yeah,
she's like, and then she didn't even get to talk to him. Wasn't it that it? She's like, I done quit my job.
She danced with him.
Oh, okay.
They did the dance. And then all the girls are watching him, and they're like, "Oh, he's falling in love with her." Oh.
Yeah, they were already getting jealous. They was, and that's what I think. If I was on it, like they were even peeking when like people were coming up in the limos, because one girl came up in a carriage, and they're like, "Oh, I should have thought of that. Why didn't I think?" Like, so I think that was.
And then she left her shoe.
I know. She like, wait, was she the one that didn't get to talk to him? Because she was walking around all night like this. She's like, I at least want my shoe back. Wasn't that the girl? I at least want my shoe back.
I actually like it when they do something a little bit crazy. Because, like, why not? I mean, have a carriage, be a sloth, whatever. You're memorable. Like,
yeah, that's true. But the sloth is super annoying, though.
Well,
she actually talks so slow, and it's like 10 minutes of her being like, I heard you take it slow, but geez Louise, she takes like 5 minutes to say it, and it's like, all right. And then she was hanging in a tree.
That's what I said. She went a little overboard with the little hanging in the tree there, too. So I was like, oh, no, you're going overboard. Like, you could just bring some nuts, like that one girl. Like, one girl's like, my name is McNuts.
It's like, who have you guys been talking about the most? The sloth. So she's always doing it, you know.
But, all right, but if she wants to win his heart, I'm just saying, that'll get you on TV. But if you're really there to win somebody's heart, you ain't going to come up in there in a sloth costume, are ya?
Well, probably not. But
you're going to be showing your cleavage, right?
For example, like JoJo a few seasons ago wore the unicorn thing. And look at her, she ended up being a Bachelor. I'm just saying, like, the ones that just put in, like, a little bit of ideas.
One girl showed up in a cop car and was like, I'm the fashion police.
I know, I thought she was going to be a real policeman.
Was that the wardrobe stylist?
She's she's the stylist. So she was like,
I was disappointed in that, though. I thought she was going to really be a policeman or something. I was like,
I know,
they got a cop on the show.
Like, you come out in a cop outfit with handcuffs like that.
That would have been better.
Although Colton did say something a little dirty. Remember, she goes, oh, I like your outfit, so I don't have to arrest you. And she hands him the handcuffs, and he goes, I'm going to save these for the fantasy suite. I was like,
oh, he did. That's what, too. I was like, you ain't no virgin. You ain't no virgin, you a liar. So I bet Tara agrees. Tara, what do you think? Do you think he's lying?
That's my mom. She needs to stay out of that. I'm going to correct you.
That's why I picked her. I was like, we need to have this conversation. Or he might have did something. Don't you think he did a little something, Tara?
Oh,
like,
my God.
Went all the way. I like seeing Sarah's face.
I like thinking he's just this sweet, innocent guy looking for love, but in my opinion, just a little bit young. Like, immature. Maybe not even just the age-wise, just like from seeing him. But maybe he'll redeem himself on this season. I don't know.
Well, I think you think
I will say he definitely seemed immature before, and now I'm not. I don't like him, but I'm liking him more.
Yeah, I need to watch the screener, and then I'll have probably.
I don't hate him. I know that's why I said I don't know him from before, but he's like right now, like he's not on my bad list, but I don't love him yet. But I could see how I can like him. I can see how I can like him in the we'll see, but he ain't on the hate list. But I have a question for Sarah because she keeps saying young or not mature or something. Do you think it's because he's a virgin, Sarah? Are you profiling him because he hasn't had that experience?
It's because he cried all the time.
Oh, you see.
That's why, like, he just, and because I feel like when you're 24 years old, you've been in the NFL, like, you're getting all this attention, like, I don't know, why are you going to settle down and get married? Like, milk it for all it's worth for a little bit.
You ain't ready to settle down. You need to go. Once that balloon cherries popped, you need to go experience. You ain't ready. That's gonna be your first and last. No, Sarah says no. That ain't gonna be your first and last.
I know.
I did not say that. I was saying like you're just living life. He's got like business opportunities and things like that.
One girl did say she didn't trust him. She goes, how are you going to know that you only liked vanilla cake if you've only had vanilla cake? You haven't tried strawberry. You haven't tried chocolate. You don't know. So she's even said, like, how can you get married being a virgin? Like, she was like, she basically all but said he needs to, like, experience.
Okay, I don't think little sweet Colton needs to sample all the dessert. I'm just saying, but I need to watch because I just think in Paradise, like, if you're so unsure, like you like Tia, you don't like Tia, you like Tia, that was in the summer.
I know.
That was just this last summer?
That was right before. Like, I'm sure he left there to be the Bachelor. And he had to, they, like, brought Becca in to give him closure because he was all confused because he still loved Becca, but he liked Tia and he didn't know.
See, that's what I mean by, like, the thing, like, I don't know. Like, hopefully, like, I mean, I think it can work for you when you're young, but I just think, like, yeah, like, you were saying, he liked Becca, he liked Tia, he wants to be the Bachelor, like, but
so can we make some Bachelor predictions? Can we make some Bachelor predictions?
Well, go for it, but I didn't watch it.
Well, no, I'm not even saying with the girls. I'm saying, like, first prediction. Will Colton lose his virginity on the show? First prediction. Will it happen?
Oh,
Fantasy suite.
probably. I bet you he doesn't
so?
win the fantasy suite. I bet he waits till
so.
the fantasy suite. Although, I will tell you, in the past, have we not seen girls, like, sneak into rooms and try to do the dirty beforehand? There might be girls that are just seeing this as, like, a conquering. Like, they want to be the one to... Because here's the thing, too. Whoever he ends up... If he does lose his virginity, there's going to be some kind of special... He's going to feel like there's a connection, whether that's the case or not.
The first girl he does, I'm just saying, it's going to be... And he waited this long? He's going to be...
This is what I don't like about it, that, like, him being a virgin is such a talk. Like, that is, like, that doesn't define him.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's annoying to me that it's in the advertisements. It's all over, like, who, like, so what? Like, I hope he doesn't, because I think it's kind of, like, disgusting just because you went in a fantasy suite, like, after 5 weeks of knowing this girl.
I know. To lose your virginity, I hope he doesn't either, but I don't know. Do you think he's going to be tempted?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just hope it's not like a rating thing, I guess.
I know.
This is like, TV. Of course it will be.
He sleeps with one of them. Is he going to go
They're
crazy?
They're going to push it, too. They're going to be
left?
feeding them. The Bachelor people are going to be feeding them shellfish and all those. What is all that? You know all that stuff that makes you Mexican jumping beans, all that stuff they're going to be feeding them to try to get them in the mood. They're going to be feeding them all that stuff trying to get them.
There's still going to be a sweet, like, love forever. Like, he can meet this girl. Maybe she's the one, and they let the relationship go after the show. They get engaged.
So second prediction. And your mama said it. She predicts he doesn't get married. What do y'all predict?
I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from the spoilers, so I can't really predict anything. This
ain't a spoiler. This is just the first instinct.
I already read different things about it in these groups, so I feel like it may.
Oh, see, I try not to.
I don't read none of that.
I don't know any of that.
Okay, so Sarah is not going to take part. What about Tessa stays away from it? I stay away from it. What do you think, Tessa?
What do I think? I think he could end up getting engaged. I don't know if he'll marry her. And I think if he loses his virginity to someone, that's likely the person he's going to get engaged to just because, but I don't know if they'll get married.
I feel the same. I feel he'll get engaged.
Because I think he'll have that feeling of, you know, that's special. Your first one is special. And I think that's what he's going to feel. And I hope for his sake, if he does, which I'd prefer him not to lose his virginity, because I don't think it's the right atmosphere for anybody to do that. But I think if he did, I hope it's actually someone who cares about him and not, because I've seen some of these girls come on as a villain. They might want to just take his virginity to be like, I took Colton's virginity. Like, I wouldn't want to see him get hurt, even though he annoys me. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's what I meant about them picking, like, for the show. I'm like, I remember years ago, there was teachers on the show, and, like, like that Ashley girl was a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
There's just people that were very, like, I don't know, like, I know it's, like, all about, like, the hype, the drama, but hopefully
I think this
they're also young.
They
don't have, like, careers yet.
But some of them do. Like, they have a dental hygienist on this one. They have a dental hygienist on this.
Yeah.
Like a dentist, Amanda. Like, she was a successful...
But they were, like, in their 30s, though.
Yeah. They got to pick young ones his age, though. They got to pick young ones his age. But that's why I think, too, he'll get engaged. But my prediction is he won't. Because even him, you thinking he's not experienced. I think, like you said, the girls are young, too. So I don't think they're going to be ready to settle down.
One of them is a virgin.
Wait, one of them is, she's never been kissed. And then Lisa says, too, there was even a virgin girl in Bachelor in Paradise. So there's been some virgins around.
She just got married, right? Or engaged. They got married.
There's been a ton of them. Like, it's not like, I don't know, but I guess they're just, like, milking it again.
Oh, Lord, Tara! Says...
Tara needs to stop.
She's going to lose his virginity to a virgin. It's going to be the first Bachelor on air conception. Tara's got predictions. He's gonna get her pregnant because they're both virgins.
She's just ready not to get a rise out of
They don't know about safe sex. They don't know the.
They're potent. Yes.
And they're potent. It's been building up there for a long time. Tessa said. Tessa, this is a family show. You forgot.
I can't believe I said that.
I'm
you guys turning red.
Anyways, I was just saying that on the last season, Ari, he was like, 37? And so I didn't
know he wanted either, though.
He did not at all. But I feel like he still figured it out. Like, he's got Lauren, and they're getting married and having a baby, and they seem happy enough. Like, I know some people didn't like them, but I actually don't mind them, and I think everything works out as it's supposed to. Like, I like Becca and Garrett together way better than Becca and Ari.
Oh, me too, but I still don't like Garrett that much, though. I liked, I cannot think of his name, but what was his name?
Jason or Blake?
Blake. Oh, Blake. I wanted Blake to be the Bachelor, but I honestly don't think he was ready either I loved him so much. I hope he becomes the Bachelor eventually. I don't know. God, I cried when she broke up. Oh, it was awful.
I love that you cry for their breakup. That's sweet.
I did. I was like, where did Amanda go?
Who knows?
But I loved Blake. Didn't you love Blake?
I did. I liked Blake and Jason.
I liked Jason too, but I really liked Blake.
And I liked Garrett, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Who was it in The Bachelorette before that they broke up? And I felt bad for him too. They both kind of he had said he wasn't ready. Was that Becca too? No, that wasn't Becca. He was like I can't remember, but he was like, said he wasn't ready, ended up leaving. They left like before the rose ceremony. I don't remember. Very towards the end. And then he came back at one point. I don't remember. I gotta look it up.
I don't know. I just hope that was
Peter, maybe? Peter?
Oh, yeah, Peter and Rachel. I liked Peter. Peter too, for sure.
Yeah.
I just hope that was Colton's season. It ends up, like, I guess it's just because I've been watching the show for so long, I root for them to actually be together. Or I've, like, talked to some of these people or met them, and you can tell who's, like, in it. And I guess, like, I want them to be, like, in it. Like, yeah, you want to have some fun, but you can have, like, 3 or 4 off-the-wall crazy ones. And then the rest, I want them to all be looking for, like, the real deal.
I know, me too. That's why this one girl, I kind of hope he kicks her to the curb. The one with the dog and stuff.
Yeah,
but I feel like they might keep her around because people are already mad at her because she's been interrupting people. So
yeah, and like, see, that doesn't bother me so much because I like I like the humor of it. Like, keep the crazy one along for a while, but then like at the end when you go to meet the families or something, like let her go.
Yeah, I know. Lisa says that Sean Lowe was a virgin, but they're advertising Colton as the only virgin, the first virgin, so I don't think he was.
The first, wait, Sean Lowe, was he Bachelor, or was he one of the contestants?
Oh, no, he was the contestant.
I think that's what I said. This is the actual, like, Bachelor or Bachelorette, V1, and they're a virgin, right? So it's like the first.
No, he was the Bachelor.
Oh.
Sarah knows.
He was like a born again or something. Like, he, like, in college and then saved himself for a marriage after that.
Oh.
But they're
you ain't a virgin.
And I feel like
that ain't no virgin. What? You can't promote that.
I didn't promote it. You just asked me.
Oh, okay. But so he don't count, Lisa. Because he done did it. You can't take back that. You can't take back that. You done did it.
Okay, but Lisa has a good point. She's saying like she's not giving a point, but I get what Lisa means, like they're happily married, like, well, maybe he wasn't. He went on the show, like, respectfully looking for, like, a wife. He wasn't.
How old was he? How old was he?
He was older, like, I don't know, mid or late, probably late 20s.
Yeah. He was probably, like, 28-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe 29, I don't know. But.
Well, it's going to be, like, I'm already into it, so I'm going to tell you, I think this is something we're going to have to revisit when we're on the show, come back, if they have, maybe do a little extra special thing, bring in some other opinions, because we know some other big Bachelor fans that we know that want to talk about it too, so we might bring in some guests, right, to talk about this new season.
And maybe we'll bring in some guests who have been on The Bachelor before.
Ooh. No, I have a couple that I'm supposed to interview, so.
Oh, maybe. That would be fun.
See if they're up.
I hope it's one. You know who I want? You know who my favorite Bachelor couple of all time is? And I can't remember their name. But it was the girl who was a Bachelor or Bachelorette. And it was one of the early, because I didn't watch it since, like, it's
the firefighter, Trista.
Yes!
Oh, that's who you're talking about. Yeah,
that's my
Trista and Ryan.
ones.
I knew that's who you were talking about.
How you knew?
They're nice. They're really sweet.
Like them.
And I watched
they were on that marriage show, weren't they?
Again, he was a firefighter. He wasn't.
Right.
Well, look, this guy he was a football player.
Yeah, that's not an average, normal.
Oh, you saying they have to? You saying it ain't gonna work unless you have an average life? Is that what Sarah's saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the concept changed a little, and that's why some of these girls, like, why I don't think it's working as much, because some of the girls are like, oh, I just walked off the stage at Miss USA, let me keep my spotlight going, versus, like, I'm a first grade teacher looking for my husband. Yeah. Or
Sarah, what is that?
Oh, Sarah! Sarah's making it personal.
Okay,
Sarah's like, I would go on The Bachelor back in the day.
That was a good example, Sarah.
I'm a married woman in St. Louis looking for my new husband.
No, I get it. I totally get what you're saying now.
I do.
I will
tell you, I would love to see Sarah on The Bachelor. Oh,
I know, like, Jade and Tanner. So Jade used to live in Kansas City, and she was just, like, from Nebraska. Like, she did, like, a cosmetics line. Tanner had a job and working at, like, a car dealer. Like, they met on Paradise, and they got married, and they have a child together. And I feel like they were, like, Midwestern people that, I don't know, that's just, like, that's what I think. That's what I mean. Like, I don't care that these girls
exactly what you're saying.
It
has changed. It's all these, like you said, pageant people, or like they're not there to find love. They're there to promote themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that the ones that people actually remember, like, think about, like, Becca that became The Bachelor. I liked her from the get go. I thought, like, she had an advertising job or something, but she seemed sweet. There was, like, JoJo, who was in real estate development. Like, they're all really successful, but they are, like, I don't know, just, like, maybe not, I don't know. That's just, they're, like, a little.
They're not, like, in the spotlight normally.
Yeah, or if
their job is not in the spotlight.
I see where you're coming from, Sarah.
Like, what?
I said, I see where you're coming from, because that's what I said. I haven't watched the show in forever, but it is a lot different from beginning, where they might have one or two, like, contestants that were beauty queens and stuff, and now it's, like, flipped. They have, like, one or two normal everyday type job people and stuff, and all these beauty queens. I see where you're coming from, and that makes you think, because in the beginning, the ones that were beauty queens, they never hooked up with the people. They never got in the happy ever after, because they were there to probably just promote themselves. So I see where you're coming from. Like now, it's not as believable.
Catherine and Sean earlier, like, I think they are so, like, normal, sweet people, and, like, I don't know, those are the people that I think it's like, they really were looking for it, and isn't that the idea of the show? Like, to find someone.
Right. Yeah.
With a little humor. Like, I want the crazy Corinnes. Like, I want a couple of those, but I don't want it to be like, the whole show is like a joke.
Right. Well, that's why I was getting annoyed with all the, like, virgin, like, all the girls coming up with virgin things when they saw them. I was like, this is getting old, guys. Like, there was some other ones, but they were all, like, I don't know, probably half of them were about virgin things, and it was like, come on.
Or, like, I read about the girl that, maybe I'm just getting old and boring, but, like, the girl that had the dog, like, I don't know if maybe I read this wrong or it was a different one, but they had started, maybe it wasn't her because I haven't watched the thing, but one of the girls on the contestant had started, like, her and her sister put together this company that promotes, like, shelter animals. They created these, like, therapy wrap things that went towards shelter animals. Like, they should mention, like, that kind of sweet stuff. I don't know. But
there was I don't think it was her, because the one girl told him about that.
Oh,
there was someone else. And then, I don't know if it was the same girl, but someone else gave him, like, a Photoshop picture of, like, her dog and his dog together.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that wasn't even a good Photoshop job.
It was a
bad Photoshop job. I was like, you're going to come on The Bachelor, you better get a little more professional Photoshop job than that. Because her dog was a little dog, and it looked like this big monster. Right? It looked like this big monster dog, and then his dog was a bigger dog, and I was like, you ain't getting picked. But I think he's going to marry the sloth. That's my prediction.
I gotta go.
Well, it was funny, though, because the sloth was in her costume the whole time. Like, she didn't come out of character. She was hanging in the tree. She was up in there talking with the girls, and and then she had her time alone with him, right? And all the girls are watching. They watching, they're like, oh, and she starts taking off her costume. They're like, oh, she's going to come out of there, and she's going to be fierce. Watch her. She's going to be this and that. And I was like, oh, she wasn't. I was like, she was just, she should have just had some kind of surprise coming out the costume is all I was thinking. Like, if you come out the costume, I would have had some kind of surprise, but.
Yeah.
It was
and then two girls wore the same dress, remember?
Oh, yeah. That's all. Fashion police! Fashion police, where are ya? Woo! Where's the handcuffs?
I wonder if somebody promoted, if, like, some company was like, hey, we'll send you a dress, and they reached out to everybody, and then they sent them the same one.
Maybe. I don't know, but one girl was even like, I think I was looking at that dress online. I'm glad I didn't buy it. It would have been three of them.
They had to, like, I like that because they were totally talking about the dresses. The one girl, was it the social media girl? Was like, I didn't know this was like a glitter party. She was like, because she had this, she's like, all these girls have glitter dresses on and stuff. I didn't know it was a glitter party. But I can see how that's stressful. I didn't think about it till now. First of all, they got to buy their own dresses. The Bachelor don't have the money to get the wardrobe them. They got to buy their own dresses. Because the girl, but we know how stressful it is just for red carpet dresses. Think of wanting to meet your future husband. Maybe.
You got to make a good first impression.
Yeah. No.
I hope that he finds somebody and they live happily ever after.
I do
we'll
too.
See.
Well, I do too, Colton. I do too.
I do. I like Hannah.
That's the social media girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like her a lot.
That's who.
The Never Been Kissed girl, I kind of like too.
Yeah.
I think they'd be good for each other. But,
I think.
And then one girl said she's not a virgin, but she's only been with 4 guys, and they've all been serious boyfriends. But I don't know. Well, she like kissed 4 guys.
It's not like you've just been with one. If you've been with 4, then you don't even need to bring that up. I'm not a virgin. I only been with 4 guys.
I know.
You just keep that to yourself then, because then right there I was like, oh, all right. Maybe if you said 1. I like the girl too that he gave the first impression rose to, which I don't think we should tell. I don't
No.
think we should tell that.
I'm gonna go
We
watch
should not tell.
No.
I
Okay.
tried to last night, but
She was
Amanda,
super cute.
Amanda, I was on the treadmill for a few hours, our pack.
Well, I've been off of that over the
I
holidays.
still haven't eaten, Sarah.
Sarah, you've been fasting over the holidays?
In the mornings.
But
Me too.
In the mornings, is that the how many hours you doing fasting?
I don't know. It's different all the time, but I'm trying to get into a routine.
Well,
we should have a whole
I'm getting
other
back into
segment
it.
on that.
I'm getting back into it.
But at 1 is what 1 o'clock.
Because I've been waking up over the holidays. Look, I'm baking cookies and making fudges and having Oreo balls for breakfast. So I've not been sticking to it. But I'm gonna get back. Look, I'm gonna be ready. Ready.
Perfect time.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah,
I've been good. Sort of. The last 3 days.
That's all that counts. New Year.
What's today? The 3rd? Or you're just?
Well, I will tell you, even with my daughter's birthday, we have had 2 birthday celebrations, and we have another one coming up, and I haven't had the cake. Yeah. I didn't have the lasagna. I've been good.
Not me. I had pizza last night. My diet, my hardcore starts Monday. I can't start in the middle of the week. I don't care if it's the 1st or not. Listen, you can it has to be a Monday for me. It has to be a Monday because it's just weird starting in the middle of the week. So since the 1st, I've been watching myself. I've only been eating maybe 2 candy Oreo balls for breakfast instead of 4. But Monday it is for me. Monday. And then I'm ready to get back in the regular routine. Holidays have me all messed up.
I know.
So I'm ready next week.
Start back at work on Monday, right?
Yeah, we'll go back and then we start our the Geekly comes back on Tuesday with our new time.
Our new time.
10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, so we can have our coffee together and wake up. It'll be Good Morning with the Geekly Show, right?
Yes, it will be. I'm excited.
All right, representing. Oh, I'm the only one not.
Okay, well, you guys, I think we should probably sign off because people don't want to hear about us fasting right now when we're talking Bachelor. So I say we say cheers and we'll see you next week.
Yes, what are we going to say?
Will.
Stay Geekly!